Hello students, in this series of important questions for board exam 12th, this is the part 5. Okay, so we are discussing the 1 mark question. So we'll start with question number 27. Okay, so question number 27 is find probability of A/B if probability of B 0.5, probability of A intersection B is 0.35. So this question is from conditional probability. So we have to find the probability of A when B has already occurred, correct? Probability of A/B. Okay, so this is based on directly formula. So probability of A/B formula is probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. This is the formula. Okay, value is given, so just I will put the value and we'll get our answer. Probability of A intersection B is given as 0.32 divided by probability of B is given as 0.5. okay, 0.5. when you will simplify this will be 32 by 5, then 10 upon 100 you will do, right? Because decimal, then 2 decimal, 1 decimal. Now you will simplify this, then you will get you can do 16/5. So just simplification is there. Okay, 16 upon 25. This will be your probability of A/B. Probability of A when B has already occurred, 16 upon 25 will be our answer. Okay, so this was simple question. Moving to the next question, that is 28th one. Question is if F is an event, okay, and sample space is S is sample space. So we have to find probability of S/F. Okay, so probability of S/F according to formula, probability of S intersection F divided by F is below, so probability of F will be in denominator. Okay, and we have to understand here F is an event of sample space S. So there is a sample space and F is an event of that sample space. So obviously F is the subset of S. Yes or no? S is the subset of S, and since F is the subset of S, so we can say S intersection F. S intersection F will be, since this is the subset, so intersection part you will get as F only. Okay, now this S intersection F you will put as F, so you will get probability of F divided by probability of F, and same quantity, so ultimately you will get 1 as your answer. Okay, why? Because F is the subset of S, correct, and S intersection F will be F. Okay, so probability will be 1. This can come in 1 mark question, and one similar question can come in this. Okay, what similar question can come? They can ask you probability of S/S. Okay, probability of S/S, they can ask you that. So in the same, using the same formula, we can write probability of S intersection S divided by probability of S. Okay, and probability of S intersection S will be S only. Okay, so numerator is also S and denominator is also probability of S. Ultimately you will get 1. Okay, so this type of tricky question they can ask. Okay, answer is 1. Okay, and just we are using the formula, little bit concept is there, that F is the event in the sample space. Obviously F will be the subset of S. Okay, so I hope you understood. Okay, so we'll move to the next question, that is our question number 29. So question number 29 is probability of A is given, probability of B/A is given, and then we have to find the probability of A intersection B. So we know the formula. Which formula we know? We know the relationship probability of B/A. We can write as, according to formula, probability of B intersection A. So either you can write B intersection A or A intersection B. Both are same. So I am writing here A intersection B. Correct? B intersection A and A intersection B is same, and below is A, so it will be probability of F according to formula. Just I wrote the formula. Now you can do directly like this also. Probability of B slash A is given as 0.4, so 0.4 is equal to probability of A slash B we have to find, divided by probability of F is given as 0.8, so 0.8. Just do the cross multiplication, then you will get the probability of A intersection B. Correct? So probability of A intersection B will be 0.4 into 0.8. Just I am doing the cross multiplication, and when you will multiply you will get 0.32. That will be your answer. So probability of A intersection B is 0.32. These are very easy questions. Just you have to remember this formula. Okay, this is the conditional probability formula. Probability of V when A has already occurred will be probability of A intersection B divided by probability of A. Here A. Correct? Probability of A. So probability of A means 0.8. Correct? Okay. So I hope you understood. Now we are moving to the next question. Question number 30. Question number 30 is we have to find the integration of x square dx where lower limit is 2 and upper limit is 3. Okay. So very easy question of integration chapter. Integration of x square dx when the lower limit is 2, upper limit is 3. So first we will find the integration, and in the last we will put the lower limit, upper limit. So how I can integrate this? Using formula. Which formula? Using x to the power n dx formula. Integration result is x to the power n divided by n plus 1. Okay. This is the formula. So we'll use this formula. So n value is 2. So x to the power n plus 1 means 2 plus 1 divided by n plus 1. N plus 1 means 2 plus 1. And lower limit is 2, upper limit is 3. Now we'll simplify a little bit. So if I will simplify, I will get 2 plus 1 is 3. So 2 plus 1 is 3 means x cube upon 3. And lower limit is 2, upper limit is 3. Now 1 upon 3 is constant, so 1 upon 3 or will come outside, or you can do like this. 3 cube upon 3, x value will be 3. Upper limit minus lower limit. Minus lower limit means 2, so 2 cube upon 3. When you will simplify 3 cube is 3 into 3 into 3, 27. 3 cube is 27 divided by 3 minus 2 cube is 2 cube means 2 into 2 into 2. Correct? 2 cube means 2 into 2 into 2. It means 2 to the 4 to the 8. So it is 8 upon 3. Now 3 is LCM. So 27 minus 8, and 27 minus 8 means 19. So 19 and denominator is 3. So 19 divided by 3 will be our answer. So I hope you understood. Very easy question it is. Correct? Okay. So now we are moving to the next question. The next question is question number 31. What is the question? We have to find the integration of x plus 1 dx where lower limit is minus 1, upper limit is 1. Okay. So in the same way like we solved the previous question, we will solve this also. First we'll find the integration of x plus 1 dx, and after finding the integration we'll put the lower limit as minus 1 and upper limit as 1. So x plus 1 dx integration we can find very easily. I will separate x dx. Correct? I can separate, and plus 1 into dx. So 1 into dx means dx. Correct? Or you can do directly. Correct? You can do directly if you are comfortable. Correct? Okay. Now first integration, x dx integration will be using the same formula, x to the power n dx. Integration result is x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Here x means x to the power 1, so n value will use as 1. Okay. So x integration of x dx will be x to the power n plus 1 means n 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1. N value is 1. Correct? So 1 plus 1 I am writing directly 2. Okay. X square upon 2. and lower limit is -1, upper limit is 1, plus dx integration will be x directly. So x, lower limit is -1, upper limit is 1. Okay, now we'll put the lower limit and upper limit. So in the first, if I will put here, then first I will put upper limit 1. So 1 square upon 2, 1 square is 1. So I am writing directly 1 upon 2, because 1 square will be 1, minus lower limit. Lower limit means x value will be -1. So when you will put x as -1, so -1 square, -1 square will be +1. So 1 ultimately 1 upon 2. So we will get 1 upon 2. Okay. Now this is plus. Now here x, only x. So upper limit is 1. So x value will put as 1, minus lower limit. So lower limit means x value is -1. Lower limit is -1. So -1. So minus of -1. Minus of -1. Correct. So from first 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon 2 will cancel. In second 1 and minus minus plus. So 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1. Left 1 is 0. So I will not write anything. 0 plus. Okay. So 1 plus 1, that is 2. That will be our answer. Okay. So 2 will be our answer for this question number 32. Okay. So I hope you understood. Easy one. We did many questions like this in the previous videos. Okay. So we'll move to the question number 32. Question number 32 is y is given as 1 upon root x and we have to find dy upon dx. This is the question from derivative differentiation. Okay. So we have to find dy upon dx, and y is given as 1 upon root x. So y I am writing as 1 upon root x. Okay. And I told you many times, this is every type of function. So first I will convert this in x to the power. Correct. So I will try to convert this in x to the power. So 1 upon root x I can write as x to the power 1 upon 2. Correct. Root x I can write as x to the power 1 upon 2. Correct. X to the power 1 upon 2. Okay. And when x to the power 1 upon 2 will go up, then this sign will become minus. Using which formula? 1 upon a to the power m will be a to the power minus m. Correct. Using this formula I can write as d upon dx of x to the power minus 1 upon 2. Okay. And now we'll use formula. Which formula? Derivative of x to the power n. Correct. Because n value is minus 1 upon 2 and derivative n into x to the power n minus 1. This is the formula for derivative of x to the power n. Okay. So we'll use this formula here. N value is minus 1 upon 2. So n into x to the power n minus 1. N is minus 1 upon 2. Correct. Now if I will simplify, I will get minus 1 upon 2 into x to the power. Minus 1 upon 2 minus 1. When you will solve, you will get minus 3 upon 2. Minus 3 upon 2. Okay. So you can write till here also, or I can simplify a little bit. I will take this x below. Correct. And x to the power 3 upon 2 I can write as x root x. Okay. So I can write as x root x. If you want, you can leave till here also. Okay. No issue. Okay. You can leave till here. Okay. Or you can write this as I'm erasing this and I'm writing here. Okay. Because the space is not there. So minus 1 upon 2 into below will be x root x. Okay. X to the power 3 upon root 3 upon 2 I wrote like this. Okay. So you can write like this. Answer is here. Okay. So I hope you understood. Okay. So now we'll move to the question number 33. Question number 33 is find, this is integration question. This question is little bit lengthy, so this can come in 2 marks question also. Okay, so as I included the question here, so I will discuss. Okay, but this can come in 2 marks also. Few questions can come in 2 marks also if this is lengthy. Okay, but we have to do everything. 1 mark question, 2 mark question, 3 mark question. So I am discussing this question here. Okay, so we have to find integration of 1 upon x root over x square minus 1 dx. Okay, so this is the integration question, but direct formula you don't know. Okay, so we'll use substitution method. Here in substitution method you have studied that we are substituting some trigonometric functions. So here I will substitute x as sec theta. Why? Because if I will substitute x as sec theta, so this will become sec square theta minus 1, and sec square theta minus 1 we know as sec square theta minus 1 we know as tan square theta, because sec square theta minus tan square theta is 1. So sec square theta minus 1 will be tan square theta. Okay, so I will replace here, let x is equal to sec theta. So if x I am replacing in sec theta, so dx I will also replace in theta. Correct? So I will derive both sides. So I can say dx is equal to sec theta derivative will be sec theta into tan theta and d theta. Okay, so dx I will replace with this value and x I will replace with sec theta. So I am replacing. If I will replace here, then I will get 1 upon, or dx in numerator it is dx, so dx I will write as sec theta into tan theta d theta, because numerator is only dx. So dx I replaced. Now x I will replace with sec theta, so x with sec theta into this x square minus 1. So I will write x square, correct, or I will simplify here, then I will write root over x square minus 1. I can write as sec square, x is sec square theta minus 1, correct? Okay, so square root of sec square theta minus 1 is tan square theta. Just now I discussed the formula, and the square root of tan square theta will be tan theta. So ultimately this x square minus 1 term will become tan theta. So I will write tan theta here directly. This I did here. Okay, so you can do like this in exam also. Okay, now if you will observe, sec theta got cancelled with sec theta, tan theta will get cancelled with tan theta, only d theta remain with integration sign. So I can write as integration of d theta, correct, because everything is cancelled, only d theta remain, and d theta integration, you know, theta plus c, because dx integration is x, so d theta integration will be theta plus c. And now theta I took intermediate constant, correct. Here x I took as sec theta, so x is sec theta. Since x is sec theta, I am writing here because that there is no space. Okay, or I can write theta is equal to sec inverse x. Okay, just this will come this side, so this will become sec inverse theta. So theta is equal to sec inverse x. So theta I will replace as sec inverse x plus c. That will be our integration result. Okay, so integration of 1 upon x root over x square minus 1 is nothing but sec inverse x plus c, and this is one formula also we are using in different type of question. Okay, so I hope you understood. Okay.